Yes, Harshali, am I
Yes,
audible?
sir.
Yes, Masuda. Okay,
Yes, sir.
great. So let's start with the another new concepts in pointer. I hope you understand this flexibility of the pointers. Now take another one, pointer arithmetics. Okay, so let's take another examples on the pointer arithmetics. So next point is pointer arithmetics. So what is mean by pointer arithmetics? Means whether we have to perform operations, that is arithmetic operations or other operations plus addition, multiplication, division on pointer. So answer is yes. Yes, we can do the arithmetic operations on the pointers. But guys, we have to note that two things. Pointer P, for our sake of convenience, we have called it as a pointers only. What? Pointers. And just P is called as the pointer variable. Okay. So whenever we create pointer, if here integer a is equal to 10, that is, it is a value variable. Integer pointer p is equal to address of a, that is, it stores address of a variable in pointer p. It is an integer pointer type of variable. Now pointer p having three values, that is just p is called as pointer variable. Okay, so what is we called as here? P is a pointer variable. Great. And star p asterisk p is called as pointers. Okay, so first, okay, so for a and second value b is equal to 20. Great. Take two pointer type of variable, integer pointer, say p1. So just p1 is a pointer variable and pointer p1 is a pointers. Next is a p2 is equal to what it stores, address of b. Great. So pointer p1 stores address of a variable and pointer p2 stores address of b variable. Now arithmetic operation, that is plus, minus, subtraction, division, like this. So can we do that? Let's check. Suppose take another variable which is sum. Okay, so make the sum is equal to p1 plus, okay, sum is equal to p1 plus p2, means p1 p2 what it called as pointer variable, means addition of two pointer variables. Okay, so addition of two pointer variables, we can make the addition p1 p2 and it stores into sum, and then printf, that is called as arithmetic operation on the pointers. Printf sum. What, how to print sum? Sum is equal to, it is a number, so percentage d comma sum. Great. So let's see if it is work or not. Just compile and run. Oh, it gives you syntactical error. Invalid operands to binary plus. So we cannot write this type P1, P2 operands for this plus operator. Guys, is it possible? No. Why it is not possible then? Tell me. P1, just P1, what it stores? P1, what it stores? Address.
Address.
Exact. P2, what it stores?
Address
Address.
also.
Okay, so adding two addresses, it gives you third address. No, it is not possible in real life also. If RIT having some address, that is Rajaram, variables, that is P1, P2, like this. Understood? So it gives you syntactical error to this line number 12. Now, my question is, suppose pointer P1 and pointer P2. Okay, that is pointers. Okay, that means we have to add two pointers. So it gives you syntactical error or some value. What do you think? Sum is equal to? Yes.
It will give addition.
Yes. Now what happens? We know the meaning. Pointer P1 means value at that value. Pointer P1 is a value. Which value it stores? 10. Value of a variable. Pointer P2, what it stores? Value inside B variable, that is address of B, means value at that address location. What is the value at that address location? 20. So 10 plus 20, what it gives you? 30, and 30 is saved into sum. So it is not a syntactical error. It gives you correct answer as a 30. Just compile and run and check. So sum is equal to 13. Guys, hope you understand. Yes. So what is the difference? We can add two pointers. We can divide two pointers. We can multiply two pointers. Yes, it is possible. Just write star. So tell me what is the output of this program? Pointer P1, pointer P2, and store this value into sum. That means 10 multiplied by 20, 200. Okay, just verify it. Okay, sum is equal to 200. Great. Another one. Subtraction, is it is possible? Yes. What is the output of this program then? 10 minus 20. What is the output? 10 minus 20 minus 10. So what is the output of this program? Minus 10. Yes, is it correct? 10 minus 20 minus 10. Guys, hope you understand. So using pointers, we can do arithmetic operations, but using pointer variable, we cannot do arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Okay. Now, what is the output of this program? 10 divided by 20. Or let's take 100. A's value is 100 and B is 20. So let's tell me what is the output of this program. 100 divided by 20. So what is the output?
5.
5. Let's check. 5. Yes, correct. Okay. If I'm removing the space, so what is the output? If we remove the space between slash and star, oh, it gives you comment line. What is this comment line? If you compile, so it gives you error. Okay. So always remember, in slash and star, there must be one space. Okay. Guys, understood? There must be one space, otherwise it is treated as a slash star, means a multi-line comment in the C language. That means if you want to write comment for all these lines, okay, so suppose first remove it, and I want to write comment for these two lines. So how to write multi-line comment? Slash star, and at the end star slash. So this is multi-line comment. So if you write in consecutive, then it is a multi-line comment. Guys, understood? So you have to know what is the output, predicted output. That is the most frequently asked questions on that. So compile. So there is no error, no warning. Run it. So output is 5. Yes, it is correct. But if there is no space for star, then what is the output of this program? P1 100 into multiply by 20. So it is 2000. Is it possible, or it also gives you syntactical or any type of error? No, no, not needed. Okay, it gives you 200 as a output. Yes, hope you understand. If it is minus, then also it is no need to write space. If it is plus, no need to write space between that two operators. Compile and run. Yes, it gives you correct output. But if it is division, guys, if it is division, then space is required. Okay, so that is all about arithmetic operations performed on pointers. We can perform arithmetic operations on pointers, that is on the values, but we cannot perform the addition, minus, subtraction, division or multiplication on pointer variables, because pointer variables stores address and we cannot multiply address. We cannot multiply two addresses at a time, cannot multiply two or add two addresses at a time, cannot subtract the two addresses, as well as cannot divide the two addresses. So it is not possible. Understood, guys? Now, my next question. Yes, we cannot add two pointer variable. Two pointer variables we cannot add. Two pointer variables we cannot subtract. Yes, but let's think on that. Sum is equal to P1 plus plus, or just here. Okay. So pointer P1 gives you address of A, that is contains value 100. And if I have pointer P1 plus plus, is it possible, or is it possible P1 is equal to P1 plus 1? Means one address we have to add 1, 2, 3 like this. Is it possible?
No, sir.
Not, because we cannot add two pointer variables. That is two addresses, that is P1 plus P2. We cannot add it and save it into the third variable. It is not possible. But we can add 1, 2, 3 into the single pointer variable. Yes, it is possible. And what is the meaning of P is equal to P1 plus 1? It means P1 plus plus. What is the meaning of this? P1 plus plus. Yes, it is possible to add 1, 2 or subtract or divide. Okay, 1 or 2 or 3, any value from the single address. Yes, it is possible. Understood the difference? P plus P1 plus plus valid in C. Language. But what? P1 plus P2, two addresses, adding and save it into the third variable, invalid statement in C language. Guys, hope you understand this. Yes, understood the differences. means incrementation, decrementing pointer variables is possible. But adding two pointer variables is not possible. It is syntactically invalid. But only adding division pointers, that is pointer P1, yes, it is possible because pointer P1 gives you value at that address location. Then where we have used this type of increment pointer or P1 is equal to P1 plus 1 in the arrays. Okay, so let's move to the next part. And okay, so next part, pointer and one-dimensional array. So print array elements without using index of array. We know how to print array elements using array indices, but without using array indices, instead of that, we have to use pointer arithmetic. And how to solve that? So let's see here. So what is the problem statement? First, take the any array, integer array, suppose of size 5. Okay. And initialize the values, for example 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, great. So this is called as array initialization. Okay, so this is called as array initialization. Now we want to print the array elements. If array is a one-dimensional array, we required one loop. For which loop is better? You can use any loop, but for loop we have to use for that. So for initialization, suppose I is equal to 0, because array index always starts from 0. We know that. Okay, let's demonstrate using graphically. Okay. So this is a array index, always starts from 0. We have to save any values in that. This is the array A. So this is a contiguous memory location. If your each integer variable having 4 bytes required 4 bytes, then first zeroth A of zeroth element having address 200, then second A of 1 starts from 204. It requires 4 bytes. This block requires 4 bytes to store on the RAM. Great. So these are the indices. Using indices, already we have seen that how to I less than equal to, what is the index? Last index 4. First index is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So last index is 4. So I less than equal to 4, I plus plus. And just printf. Okay, what we have to print? Display the values in that one-dimensional array. So percentage %d, use tab. Tab means 3 or 4 spaces. Okay, then semicolon. So using how to print it? By using array index. Suppose first we have to demonstrate it using array index. Yes, it's displayed 1 by 1, 1, 2. There is a space between these two elements, that is 4. Okay, so save it and compile and run. Oh, here is one error. I is undeclared. First use in this function. So what we have to do? We have to write integer I, because we have not declared that variable. It is a syntactical error. So compile and run again. So what is the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is simple one. But what is the condition, guys? Don't use array index. You can print the array, but don't use array indices. Instead of that, you have to use pointer arithmetic. So how to print it? So we know that first we have to take one pointer type of variable, integer pointer p is equal to, assign the address. Just write A. A means base address of array A. Name of the array, always remember, name of the array itself gives you the base address of the array. Means what is the base address of the array? Means A of address of a of 0. So this address of a of 0 is similar to writing just a. So we have always used this notation. So what is the a? A now here a stores what is the base address into the pointer type of variable. I will show you graphically. So this is array, whatever may be. So it is a and this is pointer type of variable. So this pointer type of variable stores base address of a. When we write the sentence, what is the sentence? A is equal to or integer pointer p is equal to a. Okay, just a means what? It stores the base address. What is the base address means? That is similar to address of a of 0, which is address of a of 0, that is 200 is saved into the pointer p. Great. Guys, understand? Now we have to display the array elements using pointers. So just use pointer p. Okay, so what is the meaning of pointer p? Value at that address location. So what is the address inside p? 200 now. And what value it stores? It stores suppose 1. First element, that is 1. So 1 is get displayed here. Okay, is it okay? Just compile and run. Oh, it gives you 1 1 1 1 1. It is not gives the value 1 2 3 4 5. Guys, this is also one question for predict the output. Yes. So what we have to do? We have to print 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. What we have to do? We have to increment the pointer. So how to increment the pointer? Means second iteration, what pointer p stores? Address of another next location, that is this location, second location. And how we can do that? For that we have to write the statement like p plus plus. So what is the meaning of p plus plus? Means p is equal to p plus 1. Yes, what p contains? Address. We can increment by 1. Yes, it is possible. So if there is a row houses, if there is a apartment, then it is possible to, what is the address of first, suppose villa or row house? So it's second row house. So it is possible first row house address plus second 1 means next row house. Yes, it is possible in the real life also. So similar way, p plus plus means p is equal to p plus 1. Yes, p contains address 200 plus 1. Plus 1 means not 201. What address get incremented by how many location? 204. Next location. So now p stores what? It stores the address of next location, that is 204, because int variable requires 4 bytes. Understood, guys? Let's demonstrate. P plus plus, or you can write p is equal to p plus, or you can write p is equal to p plus 1. But it is a shorthand notation. Okay, so programmer always writes shorthand notations. Great. Now check what happens. So what is the output now? Guys, what is the output of this program now?
1 2 3 4 5.
Yes, great. Now because each time we have to increment the pointer. So compile and run and check, verify. Yes. Great. Now, if you want to print the addresses of that pointer, then you have to print it. Print f respective addresses. So addresses we have to print into either %u, %x, or %p. Great. So here I have write /n. So next line and print the address. So how to print the address? Just write p. So what p stores? P stores when you print just p, it gives the base address of array first. So let's check whether that is it gives you addresses by 4 differences between that addresses must be 4 bytes. Just check. 36, 40, 44, 48, 52. What is the difference? 4 bytes, because each integer variable requires 4 bytes. Great, that's all. Guys, hope you understand. Yes, give the reply. Yes or no? Okay, so
yes,
next.
sir.
Okay, so take another problem on the pointer and one-dimensional array. Using pointer to compute the sum of all elements stored in the array. Now what we have to do? We have to just print the values inside the array. But now we have to make the sum of these all array elements. So what we have to do? So first I will remove this line. Then, okay, it is possible. So write here sum is equal to sum plus pointer p. So pointer p, what it gives you? It gives you value. So first value is 1. So it is added into some variable. So write here sum, but it is initialized to 0, because here 0 plus 1, 1. So like that. And then what we have to do? We have to display the sum also. So at the end, so right after loop, what? Sum is equal to percentage d comma sum. Great. No need to write this statement, because we want to print only sum of the array elements using pointers. Okay, so first compile. There is no error, no warning. Let's run it. So what is the sum? Sum is equal to 15. Great. Guys, hope you understand. Yes. What we have to do? We have to add the pointer p each time into the sum, and we have to increment the pointer. Means we have to point, this pointer variable points to the next location each time. So initially if it contains, suppose, address 100 initially, then incrementing it gives the address as a 104. Then if we increment again, then it gives the address 108, like this. Okay, understood. And at value at that address, 100 value is suppose 1, 104 value is 4, like this. Guys, hope you understand. Okay, let's move to the next point. Okay, so now moving to the next point, we have to predict the outputs of some codes. So guys, what is the output of this code? It is visible to everyone? Yes, code is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me, what is the output of this program? So what is the first thing? It is a character pointer p, stores the address null. Null address, null means 0. Then character pointer q stores the address 0. So what is the output of this program? Just debug manually and tell me what is the output. If p, just p, if p, what is the address inside that? Null. Null means 0. So it does not executes the if, directly goes to the else. What is printed? Hello is displayed. Then q, what is the value of q? Q is 0. Not 0 means 1. So it prints the s. So what is the output? Hello? Yes. Okay. Hello is s is the predicted output. Just check it. Compile and run. So what is the output? Hello S. Yes, it is correct. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next point. Okay. So this is the question. Predict the output of the following code. So let's predict it. So integer pointer PTR and A is the value variable. Okay, now let's check here. Int pointer PTR means PTR variable having data type int pointer, but A variable is a value variable, its data type is only int. Guys, this is how we can predict. Just int pointer PTR, this is a one statement, and int A is equal to 10, because A's data type is int only, not a pointer PTR. Okay, so int pointer PTR's data type is integer pointer. Okay, like this. So we can split this into two statements. So PTR is equal to address of A. So A's address is stored into PTR. Pointer PTR plus 1 plus equal 1. Its meaning is pointer PTR is equal to pointer PTR plus 1. So print percentage %d and percentage %d, pointer PTR. So what pointer PTR gives you?
C option.
C, 11 and 10. Okay. Any other guesses?
11, 11.
11, 11. Okay. Any other guesses? Guys, let's check. Let's check manually first. So what PTR stores? Address of A. So pointer PTR is equal to what value? 10. Now pointer PTR is equal to pointer PTR. So first solve the right hand side and assign the value to the left hand side. So what is pointer PTR? 10 plus 1. What is the value pointer PTR gives you? 11. So now tell me, what is the answer? 1110 or 1111?
1110.
1110.
1110. Wrong answer. 1111. Because when you write this statement, pointer PTR is equal to, so what happens? 10 plus 11, that value is reflected where? In the value variable A itself. So current value of A. What is the current value of A also? 10, 11. If you want to compile and debug, I will show you. Control. Okay. So first check what is the output, then I will demonstrate you. Okay, what it gives you? Error, invalid operand. Okay. Yes, let's check what happens. Error, invalid operands to binary star. Okay, having int.
Sir, line number 5.
Yeah. Here comment is required. Okay. So now check and compile. Okay, great. So what is the output? Everyone see what is the output? 11, 11. Guys, what is the concept? When you change the value, pointer PTR plus 1, value of A is also reflected, because which address is stored into A? Is pointer PTR stores the address of A, and we have changed the value indirectly inside A. Pointer PTR plus 1 means 11 and assigned to what? Pointer PTR. Pointer PTR means what? Value at that address location. So A's value get changed to 11. If you want to debug it, let's start debug. Okay. So first add watch. Add watch. Okay. Then whole add watch. This is difference, PTR and pointer PTR. Pointer PTR gives you value, while PTR just gives you address. This is the address format, 0x1, that is address format. Okay, and anything else? Okay, we want to print value of A also. So check A, add the watch. So this is the watch, initial value of A is equal to 0. This is the pointer. So next click on the next line. So first line get executed. After that A's value is 10. Pointer PTR, okay, cannot access, that is PTR, and 1. Now move to the when we assign address of A to the PTR, then pointer PTR gives value what? 10. So pointer PTR gives value 10. And what address it stores? It stores this address in the hexadecimal format, which is the address of A variable, which is the address of A variable. If you want to check it, just write address of A, address of A. So check it. Is it same? Is it same? PTR and address of A, both addresses are same. I will show you by debugging technique, and it is very good technique for solving logical problems. Debug, D means removing, bugs means errors. Removing bugs or errors at the runtime, it is called as debugging technique. Great. Guys, hope you understand. Let's move pointer. Now let's check it. When I execute it, pointer PTR. Now what happens? Pointer PTR, it becomes 11. Automatically A also becomes what? A 11, because that value get reflected. Value inside A get reflected by the pointer variable. Indirectly we can access the value, as well as indirectly we can change the value of that particular variable. So what is the answer? 11, 11. Okay, great. So just check on the console. It is the 11, 11. Okay, don't close from here. Stop execution. Then it is automatically get stop. Remove the toggle breakpoint. Guys, any doubts till this? Yes.
Sir, I'm a little bit confused in this part. Can you repeat again, please?
Okay, I will show you graphically. Okay, so here, suppose A, only one. Okay, I will give another. I will show here. Is it visible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will take one pointer type of variable here. This is a P, is a pointer type of variable. Okay, so what it stores? P stores. Okay, what is the statement? Integer pointer P is equal to address of A. That means this P stores the address of A. So what is the address of A? Not the swap function, main functions A and B. What is the address of A? 100. So what value it stores? It stores 100. So what is the value inside A? P 100. Okay. Now it pointer. It is a pointer. So what is the use of pointer? Pointer stores the address of another variable of same type. It is integer A. It is integer pointer. So it stores the address of A. Now what we have to do? What we have to do? We have to increment pointer. How we can increment it? Pointer P is equal to pointer P plus 1. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? Pointer P is equal to pointer P plus 1. So pointer P means, what is the meaning of pointer P? Pointer P means value at that address location. So what is the value at that address location? 10 plus 1. Plus 1 means 11. So 11 is the value assigned to what? Pointer P now is equal to 11. What? Pointer P is 10 plus 1, 11. So 11 is assigned to pointer P. Means that value get reflected, and this 10 is override, and current value of A now becomes pointer. Understood? Pointer P means value at that address location. So what is the value at that address location at now? It becomes 11. Okay. So current value becomes 11. So it is 11 override. means initial value 10 get removed and it is override by 11. And when you display it, its value get display reflected both. So pointer PTR also gives you same 11 and value at that A is also 11. Yes, guys, hope you understand.
Yes, sir. Now it's good.
Good. So graphically, its understanding is more. That's why I have used this graphical at the time of pointers, because it is somewhat difficult, as well as debugging. Using debugging techniques, it's clear. Yes, that is also one way to demonstration. Okay, I hope you understand, guys. Yes. So let's move to the next objective. Okay, so what is this? Is a theoretical somewhat. Same. What is the output of the C code? So this is the output program. X is a global variable. Assign address to the pointer PTR. Pointer P means it prints the address PTR. Then increment the X. X is get incremented. Okay. And what is the value here in the PTR? So 2 times we have to print PTR. So what is the value? Initially it is what? Okay, yes. So what is the PTR? PTR, just PTR gives you address. So same address printed or different address or compile time error or none of the above? Tell me. What is done here?
Sir,
Initially
different
value is
address.
0. Yes,
Different address.
different address. Oh yes, why? We have increment X, means value of X get changed. But PTR pointer contains which address? X address. So just PTR, after incrementing the value in this location also PTR's address is remains same. Okay, I will demonstrate it. First compile, there is no error, no warning. Now run it. Okay, what is the address? Addresses are same. Yes, addresses are same. Yes. So we have to change value of X, not increment PTR. We have just increment the X. So if you print X, what is the value of X then? Printf X is equal to %d comma X. So what is the value of X? X is initially 0, then it is incremented by 1, so it becomes now 1. Let's check, compile and run. Yes, it becomes 1. Guys, hope you understand. We have changed the value inside the X, but its address remains same, and which address is stored into PTR. So there is no difference between the addresses. Understood? But if you increment plus, now this PTR address and this PTR address is same or different? Yes. Now here increment PTR, not the value.
Different.
Yes. So let's check, demonstrate. So these are two different, and how many bytes it get incremented? 4 bytes, because initially value stored is integer variable. So next block, P pointer P plus plus means it points to the next block. So one block integer contains 4 bytes, requires 4 bytes. Guys, understood? Yes. Yes. Are you enjoying? Okay, so what is the address? What is the answer? Same address. But if PTR plus plus is there, then it prints different addresses. Okay. Okay, so this is another question. What is the output of this program? Tell me. 100, address of 100 value, nothing is displayed, compile time error. Here int is X is equal to 10, 0. Int pointer P is equal to address of 100. and print pointer PTR. So value at that address 100. So what is the value? 100. Guys, tell me.
Sir, it is B.
It is B, means, okay, just wait, address of 100 value. But actually it is a pointer PTR, so it is a what? Value, not an address. Okay. No, just check. It gives you syntactical error, guys. Error, L value required. Guys, we can assign the address of X here. Okay, it does not give any compile time error. Yes, it does not give any compile time error. But direct value, that means 100, 200, 290, like this, we cannot assign in C language. It is a syntactical error. It is a syntactical error. Guys, understood? So we can assign address of only previously created value variables like X. Yes, it is possible. And if it is X, what is the value inside PTR? It is 0. If you run it, its value is 0. Yes, guys, hope you understand and enjoying. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Great. There are lots of programs we have covered in the advanced pointer concept in the next week. Okay, there is a advanced C language is also there. We have demonstrate number of different problem statement. Guys, again, this is the last one. We will stop after that. So what is the output of C code? Here main X is equal to 0. Then integer pointer PTR is equal to address of X. Yes, it is good. And what it is printed? Pointer PTR. So pointer PTR means value at that address location, which is 0. Plus plus means what it prints? 0, 1, 0, 1, compile time error. Yes. What is the output of this program?
Compile time error, sir.
Compile time error. Why? Pointer PTR gives you value. What is 0?
Sir, 1.
Increment that 0. 0 is incremented by 1. That means what? 1, guys. Okay, so what is the answer? 1. Because pointer PTR, it is solved first. Inner parenthesis gets solved first. So it is a pointer PTR means it is a 0. Okay, and increment it by 1. 0 is incremented by 1. That is 0 plus 1. It gives you 1. So 1 is displayed instead of percentage %d. Guys, hope you understand. Yes. Yes, everyone. Yes. So let's.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will stop current session.